Okay, so welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. If you're here for the first time, special and warm welcome to you. Welcome to the Sangha. Welcome to this gathering place. This is the last day of this week, last day of exploring this particular theme with Christopher. Last opportunity to knock on heaven's door. And I think that we're going to have a little taste of that particular song um, today. So, yeah, just take your seat, come in, keep on greeting each other. It's wonderful to see the greetings. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Good. So, um, tech check. I'm gathering. I'm wondering if you all can hear me. Probably yes, because I haven't seen any complaints. So you probably see has an ear as well. Um, we'll be here for the next hour or so, as usual. Christopher will address the theme. We'll have a short Dharma talk, and then a guided practice, and by the end, some time for reflections and questions. You can use, of course, the chat that you're using now for the questions. If you do use the chat, if you have a question, please type question in capital letters so we can make it a difference um, from just your thoughts and comments. And you can also come on screen, of course, if that's what speaks to you. There's a little hand, virtual hand, should be more or less here on the bottom of the screen. You can click on that and I will bring you on. Or at least I'll do my best to do that. Yes, Maria coming back from holidays. Welcome. Henry from far away in Vietnam. Well, yeah, good, good, good. So, last little point on the checklist, which is dana, of course, the Buddhist practice of generosity.
The checking.
Loud and clear, Christopher, loud and clear. Uh,
Right.
so, like Martin would say, Friday is Dana Drum Day. Well, we're going to have music, so I'm not going to bang the drums. I will just I will just address the theme of Dana because it's crucial. It's pivotal to whatever um, goes on in this platform. Everything that we do, yes, spontaneous awakening, Alex. Yeah, probably. Um, everything that we do, um, as well as the theme, the team, and the teachers and everyone else involved. All of you involved here. I mean, some people are just coming from far away places. I can't even imagine what time zone you're in. So this is a huge commitment, um, and we better look at it and feel it that way. This is a real commitment. It's not something light that you just do because it's no, it isn't. It is a grounded practice. It requires commitment. It requires love for the practice. It requires um, being here, fully here. So, and for each and every one of us, we working behind the scenes to make it happen, teachers bringing their time, their wisdom, their love for the Dharma, and you, Sangha, and all of us as the Sangha, because we're all the Sangha in different positions, but we're all Sangha. Being here, practicing, bringing your comments, your questions, your your experience, your livelihood questions. It's rather incredible to see this happening every day. And then through the weekends with other kinds of sessions, and then on longer practice sessions, it's wonderful. And um, we do it gladly and heartfully, because somewhere there's this sense that we are bringing something to the world. We are bringing something worth doing. I feel it that way. I'm not a very morning person, so I wake up at 6:15 in the morning to be here, and I'm a bit grumpy, and I'm just making my way through. But then this opens up, and I'm not working. I'm here. And all of this happens because you are here and you are supporting us the best way you can. Not only with your presence, but also with your donations, because we don't have any other source of income apart from the Sangha's donations. So, if it speaks that way, if your heart speaks that way, and of course your finances allow it to, please donate whatever you can, whenever you can. Doesn't matter how much it is, doesn't matter if it's one-off or regular. It it matters that it comes from the heart. It's your way of appreciation through all the goodness of this practice and of this Sangha. You have the link, and we have Christopher with a very good sound to let us dive into the practice. Thank you all, friends. Thank you, Christopher, for this wonderful week, and wishing you all a very good session and a very lovely weekend. See you soon.
Thank you. A very good pardon me, morning to you. A good middle of the night to you. Good evening to you. We have the final closing session together. The exploration has been the theme of change, of impermanence, and our life moves through the dynamics of what arises, stays, and passes. And that's the rhythm and flows of our life. And yet we might conclude falsely that that's what life is all about. But there is also the release from dependency on this unfolding process called the unchanging. So first, let's have a quiet minute or two together. Then I'll get the session underway. And the intention initially is to play the song, which is the theme of these 5 days together. So the theme is knock, knock on heaven's door. And heaven here, not in the Buddhist sense, heaven is that which is long-lasting, but the dynamics of that experience do come and go. And sometimes in life, we experience a sense of heaven in a whole variety of spiritual, environmental, religious, secular ways. So, firstly, there is the talk. Secondly, the guided meditation. Thirdly, the questions which you might wish to place in the chat column. Knock, knock on heaven's door. I'm going to read the lyrics of this Bob Dylan song. It was written, I believe, in the early 1970s. It was written for a cowboy film. It's reference to the sheriff, and in true Bob Dylan style, the lyrics can be seen to have a different expansive meaning. So I'm just putting an interpretation of the meaning of the song. So I'll read the song to you. When finished reading, it's quite a short song, a couple of minutes or so, I'll then press the button. You'll be able, or being well, to listen to the song. When it finishes, I'll go from there to giving a commentary and its relevance for our existence. So, with the lyrics of the song. Mama, mother, Mama, take this badge off of me. I can't use it anymore. It's getting dark, too dark to see. I feel I'm knocking on heaven's door. Knock, knock, knock on heaven's door, said 4 times. Mama, put my guns in the ground. I can't shoot them anymore. That long black cloud is coming down. I feel I'm knocking on heaven's door. Knock, knock, knock on heaven's door. Bob the Buddha. Let me give a little commentary. Mama, put the specs on here. Take this badge off of me. I can't use it anymore. So badge is that which I represent. In the film, of course, it means the sheriff. But badge also applies to us as well. It is the identity that we have. This identity is built up of a variety of roles, of gender, of our history, and it's the means by which, so to speak, we know ourselves and also know others. So we carry this identity, this badge. This is who I am. The badge of this, shall we say, skin color, in this case, white. Actually, we're not white, actually, we're pink. And we carry this badge called male, this morning called Dharma teacher, and so forth. And sometimes we see the social construct by which we are identified, and both from the outer and also from within ourselves. And we say to ourselves, I can't use it anymore. It's getting dark, too dark to see. So sometimes we experience the limits of all of this baggage of social construct and identity. And we feel imprisoned to it. It's dark in there. And then something intuitive opens up. He says, I feel, doesn't say I am, I feel I am knocking on heaven's door. Knock, knock, knock on heaven's door. It is a reminder to us, sometimes in the dark periods of life, which suffuse the consciousness. We feel our contractedness. We feel our finiteness, our limitations, the bondage, to use the Buddha's words, of this identity, this badge we carry. And we have a sense there's got to be a way out of all of these changeable identities going on with us and all the events. Knock, knock, knock on heaven's door. And then to the next verse. Mama. It's appealing to something transcendent, protective, something greater than our small, modest little self. Mama, put my guns in the ground. I can't shoot them anymore. That long black cloud is coming down. I feel I'm knocking on heaven's door. So he would appear to be taking one particular problem of the dark. In this case, the sheriff shooting and killing people. And in our case, the aggression that might come out, the anger, the attack on the other. And we feel it's not only harmful, which it is for other people as well, but it's harmful for ourselves. And as Bob points out there, that long black cloud is coming down. And sometimes, so in their anger, it's a dark, negative force. It can be quietly building up in our inner life with thoughts which have a negative tinge to them. And in that negative tinge, there's a pressure. And sometimes we are shocked with what comes out of our mouth. we are shocked by what we text or write to another. And Bob is reminding us to appeal to something greater. Mama, mama, put these guns in the ground, put them away, let go of them, let them pass on. And as the Buddha commented in his direct speech that he used quite regularly, he says, with the earth, these are the words, with the earth, we can piss and shit on the earth and it doesn't complain. And it's this putting away, letting go of, moving on from the anger, moving on from being a prisoner to the badge, to identity. And with that, I feel I am knock, knock, knock on heaven's door. What does that mean? It means an unconstructed realization, an unsocialized seeing, an expansive view, not bound to any languages or concepts or intellectual interpretations. So the teachings and the practices which take place are seeing and recognizing the badge, the construct of identity, clear about its limitations, knowing how vulnerable it is. It's changeable by what comes to it from outside, changeable about what comes from within, and changeable because it's dependent upon everything else. These constructs, these ideas, these views about ourselves, these identities, these roles. Not one of them can we hold on to. We're clear about that. We don't want to live, shall we say, in the dark of it, even if it's kind of comfortable for us. And there could be a sense, wow, maybe it's genuinely possible for realization, that means to make real, to know the unconstructible, the unformed, the unsocialized coming together of an identity. And in that feeling for that, I am knocking on heaven's door, in that feeling for that, there's a genuine receptivity to the potential to realize that, to really understand we are, or what is far greater than all the formations that we spend our life in, and therefore there is some darkness there. And one of the intense forms of darkness, as pointed out, is the aggression, the negativity, and the anger and blame that can emerge out of a human being. And so we look for something higher, something to give inspiration and a reminder to us there. And a little bit of that with the dark as well. As he says, the long black cloud is coming down. So, as I said, it builds and builds and can come down upon us. And sometimes that dark cloud is death. And there can be fears of death arising as well, which sweeps away, so to speak, all of these constructions. So in this exploration there, we meditate, we are receptive, to something unconditioned, boundless, free from, and in that receptivity, I feel I am not knocking on heaven's door, and with that, we can include easily the roles, the functions, the identities, and so on that make up our existence and existence ourselves. And we know we are not bound there because we know the unchanging, the unformed, the unconstructed, nirvana, the authentic. Okay, thank you. Let's have the quiet minute together. So this period is a guided meditation on the theme usual care and attention to the sitting posture, certain dignity, we might say, in sitting rather tall and upright. Eyes can be closed, half open, fully open, as you wish. Experiencing a certain stillness. And being aware and mindful of the immediacy of the formations right here and now. There is the obvious formation of the body. Currently, we are in this sitting formation. And in not too long, it will change to a moving formation, standing, walking formation. There is the formations of the speaker's voice. There is the ending of the speaker's voice with the moments of silence. So the formation of speaking, impermanent, changeable, and a returning to the silence. There are the formations that go on in our mind. The formations of thought, the formation of this immediate state of mind that we're experiencing, perhaps calmness in the mind. Perhaps a sense of well-being. Perhaps a stream of consciousness. Or the mind under occupation through a story. What is our relationship to the social constructs, internal, external? Is there any badge or badges we are holding on to? We might say due to the sin of forgetfulness. That our presentations, identity, role, states of mind, voice, body are all changeable. A presentation lasting for periods. Yes, it certainly is worthwhile to have a calm, clear relationship to the changeable events that life presents us with. Is that enough? to know, generally speaking, a calm and clarity with what life presents. Is there still some dark, something not seen? Are we living what we might refer to as a well-managed life? Are we living as we wish to be? If we are not, what specifically are the obstructions? What specifically is the I and my, the self, wrapped around, caught up in? What will loosen up the holding, the badges that we gripped onto? Do we feel we are knock, knock, knock on heaven's door? Do we feel the potential to see, to know that which is unchangeable, expansive, free? not dependent on the formations of sights and sounds, etc., around us, not dependent on roles and identities and inner movements. So even in the dark times, can we remember to feel we are still knocking on heaven's door? Which is not a rejection of the changeable, of the formations. So in the realization of heaven, all is embraced. Birth, life, death. The unchangeable offers an intimacy closer than our thoughts. Okay, thank you. So, there are questions? Just to mention a couple of things, a little bit of advertising here. I have a new book out, and genuinely is new because it got published on Amazon on Friday. So I'm just going to show it to you. I don't know if you can see it. Anyway, it's called Buddha Study Guide, and it's an offering in which wishes to make the discourses of the Buddha available. And I've gone into some detail with the ways to do it, including the posture, the manner of the reading, the text, summaries of the text, and much, much more. So for those of you interested in the Buddha study, in the Buddha and the teachings, at the bottom it says what the Buddha really taught. So that's the book. The second advertising, and one of you very kindly yesterday gave a reminder. So we have, that's my daughter and I, Nashona and I, offer the Mindfulness Teachers Training course. And the next one will start in June of 2025. It's primarily online over a 12-month period. there. We started the registrations on the 1st of September. There, registrations are coming in, and the website says everything you need to know. First started in 2011 with the mindfulness training course, and then it developed into the mindfulness teacher training course there. And one of the pluses there is that Nishona and I prepared over a year ago the course and then submitted it to the professional body called the CPD. So those who fully complete the course will receive the certificate, of course, from the MTTC, they're us, and also the certificate to say that, a professional certificate to say that you are a qualified mindfulness teacher, and this qualification is accepted all over the world there. So that's one encouragement. www.mindfulnesstrainingcourse.org, and do email me or Nishona or both of us if you have any questions. And then thirdly and finally, last but definitely not least, there are the donations, the support which you give, and as George was explaining a little earlier on, there's the provision of a service. There is an immense amount of trust which is extended, and with all the costs and the time that the good team of Sangha Live there and the teachers there give to make these things happen, and the underlying trust there that support comes in from you, and that really is the preparation really. So your gift to us is very valuable, but also it's a gift to ensure that the regularity of these Sangha Live meetings can take place. It's a key cause condition in this process is the dana, is the act of the gift there. So those are the 3 points I wanted to mention to you. I'm going to have a look at the screen there and to find the glasses and to see whether or not the you have any questions. Okay, and I'm just going to see, just don't go away. All right. If we get time, I might play the song once again. It's such a cool song. All right. Question. For most of my life, I've had a sense of when to let go of something and when to move forward to something else. But I've often ignored those instincts, not trusting them. I am constantly pulled to leave certain roles or commitments, yet I stay stuck or delay walking away. How can I start listening to and trusting those inner callings? Good, lovely points here, relevant for many of us. I often doubt them, thinking the mind is overcomplicating things, but I get the sense it's not just mind. All right. The response. First sentence is potent and powerful there. It's a key feature in the teachings, that is to develop an understanding which enables us to let go of that which is unwanted, unnecessary, unhelpful, to let go of the holding around it. That's one. The second, to move towards something else. So therefore, it's letting go on one side and it is development on the other. But often what is difficult and therefore troubling is around trust. And the Buddha, commenting on trust, said he put much emphasis on this, the strong, foremost feature of a healthy mind is trust. There. So what that means is that focus on trust needs some development there. Otherwise, one is pushed and pulled away around one's commitments and roles. So today and tomorrow and the years ahead, be mindful where you show trust. And it doesn't have to be on the big things. It's about developing trust, the trust to complete a task, the trust in a communication with another, the trust in the benefits of some quiet, silent time, the trust in reading a book or watching something on YouTube which can be beneficial, and the trust in the benefits of exercise, and so on there. So really make trust a feature. That development of trust in the small makes it much more clear and easier where there's larger areas of trust which might take some major letting go or major new area of development. And the trust is, this is worthwhile, let me explore. Finally, I hear the word, whether it's from war situations, political issues, economics, personal circumstances, and much, much more, I hear the word complicated. Complicated is a language of avoidance. It's being really in the dark. Things are not complicated. I'm not saying they're simple, but they're definitely not complicated. And therefore, teachings to see clearly is to take the complication out and see the bare causes and conditions and what steps are needed. Please do not use the word complicated. You're insulting your intelligence. Right. Another area. Always inspiring to see how we can engage in life in a creative way. Contribute while keeping an eye on not identifying with the roles we play. Give, contribute, and let go of the results and expectations. Thank you, Christopher, and everyone else for being here. Thank you. Nice words. So we're all in it together, and we're sharing together, and we're giving together, and we're listening to each other there. And we're not rejecting roles, but we recognize they arise, they stay, and they pass. And in a few minutes' time, this teacher role is going to pass, and I'm going to make myself a chai. All right. So it's not a rejection of, it's just recognizing this is how life is. Let me see if there's any more questions here. Seems to be quite on my list here with the questions, unless I'm missing any. All right. I'll just say a few more words, a little bit on the theme, and a little bit about music as well. And in the world of listening, and particularly with lyrics, and you may have, as I have done as well, found that sometimes the lyrics of a song, maybe a line or two, keeps repeating itself in the meditation, or we find ourselves singing it or remembering it. It might be worthwhile when that happens to really know what the lyrics are. There's something in the being that is receptive. It could be worthwhile writing them down. Never to underestimate the power of music, with or without lyrics, to touch the feeling life and touch deeply. And music and the arts can be one expression of knock, knock, knock on heaven's door, so that access the infinite number of doorways there, and sometimes, as mentioned in the song, even in the dark periods there, the badge, the anger, the negativity, even therein to knock, knock on heaven's door. I'm 55 years old. In my world, young man. For the first time in my life, I do not have any interesting professional projects in my professional life. I have the feeling of lack of purpose, what to do with that. This is, I hear this regularly. My late father, actually stepfather, when he reached the age of 65, he retired. And his comment was, I've been dumped on the rubbish heap of society, something like that. Whoa, 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 whoa. So here's a situation where our purpose in life has been, for men, women, and other, really focused around work, the professional life. That comes to its end for all the reasons that it does. And of course, sense of purpose is not there as the central feature of one's life. What that means is it's going to take some steps, and it's kind of finding purpose in the purpose. So, as mentioned yesterday and again this morning, the small purposes are worthwhile giving extra care and attention. Use the language of purpose. This morning, a purpose which I have as a human being is to go to the shops. It's Friday, it's here in Titmuss, it's market, go to the fruit and veg stall, buy some of the groceries for the week, etc. To see the purpose of it, to reflect on purpose. Does one have the sense of well-being and health there? Could you explore a new primary purpose there? What might that be? Is there a service, paid or unpaid, which you might develop to offer to others or to creatures or to the natural world? Could you find what other people are who have come to the end of their professional life are finding that which is nourishing and fulfilling? Could you make contact with them? Social media, going to meetings, going to talks. There. So you take a real interest, and rather than saying, oh, my professional life is over, saying, wow, that identity has gone. It's freed up a lot of space. Let me explore this. This is an opportunity for you. You could be knocking on heaven's door. All right. I hear you. I've just turned 60 and am finding much resonance with my desires and need to contribute and be of service as opposed to having a professional purpose. I regard service as the finest form of human activity, a really precious form. And we do not have to be a professional for that. We may have the opportunity to bring together our knowledge, our skills, our life experiences and so forth, and find an avenue. So this is not a promotion here, it's a sidestep. And what I mean by that, we've noticed with our mindfulness teacher training courses, this is a small example, a good percentage of people have come to the end of their professional life, their working life, wish to offer something, have a wealth of experience in all manner of areas of life, and all of that can be channeled into making oneself into developing into being a fine mindfulness teacher. So there may be avenues to really reflect on your life experience. What ways could I be of service? And we need servants. We need a multiplicity of them. There's suffering level and the crisis in society, in our institutional life. It needs your voices. Keep focused. Keep exploring. Something will emerge. Hear what other people are doing. All right. Now, if you need to go to the market, just go. I'm just going to see if I can get this song back together. All right. It's the end of the session. Couple of minutes for the song. Lots of love. Thank you very, very much for your presence. Thank you for George for being our guardian angel, and to all at Sangha Live and all that make it possible for you and I to spend some time together. Lots of love to you.